Alright, welcome to day 39 of my journey to Platinum here in Elden Ring. Today we are going to be going through a couple of different areas. First off, at the end of yesterday, I beat the boss inside of the Everjail right behind me. So I want to go through this upper portion of land here, grab all the items, check all the bushes, the whole 9 yards like normal. And then after this, I may actually go and finish a couple of things in other areas that I just totally overlooked. 2 of them are actually inside of Cyopher River. It was a couple of things that as I was watching back a couple of the episodes related to that area, I realized I hadn't done. And one is there's a waterfall near the beginning of the area that has, I think it's a corpse laying right at the bottom of the waterfall. And I didn't grab the item there. And then there's also a whole section where I fought the dragon skin soldier. And when I was watching back that episode, I realized that somehow I went up, fought the boss, and then I was thinking, oh yeah, okay, like let's move our way to the back of the area, and I'll come back and walk through everything surrounding this boss arena, and I never went back. So I'd like to quickly go look through that. So we might go do a couple of those things today. And then we'll start moving our way over towards the eastern part of... Oh, I didn't see this guy. The eastern part of Liurnia, like across the way there. Kind of that section of land I'd like to start working on today, I think. Because I'm thinking, like I kind of talked about yesterday, we've gone through a little bit of the actual lake. But I'm thinking that a lot of it I want to save for last. I'd like to go through a lot of the land surrounding the lake first, I think. And then kind of move into the lake itself. What is that? Is that one of those guys that I've been fighting? Why does his cape look weird? I've never noticed the red on the cape, I guess. That's very interesting to me. I don't know why I've never noticed that. So I'm gonna, like I said, keep working my way through this section, though. We're gonna go thorough, as always, checking absolutely everything, grabbing every single item. And, something really weird that I noticed when looking over maybe the last, I don't know when it exactly started. It was either 3 or 4 episodes ago. I realized, as I was watching through some of them, that my frame rate in the recording was dropping pretty frequently. It wasn't necessarily a significant drop. It was low enough to where it was minimal enough to where you might not even notice, but as I was watching, I really noticed. Like, it was starting to annoy me. This smoke doesn't do anything, right? Yeah, okay, it doesn't hurt me. It's just distraction. Yeah, it was starting to annoy me watching through it. And when I looked, I think I'm not 100% sure what was happening. Or what was causing it, I guess I should say. But looking at OBS, even when I wasn't running the capture card, even when nothing was recording, it was basically at times just while sitting idle, dropping down to like 40, 41 frames. A couple times it dropped down to 52, and then it would jump back up to 60. So I'm not really sure what was causing that. I think it may have been because I hadn't updated a couple pieces of hardware, or software, I'm sorry, because I hadn't updated one of the programs that governs my Elgato capture card. I hadn't updated that, and I think it's like a device utility app. I hadn't updated that, I think, and then also my computer software hadn't been updated. Wasn't there another one? I hear him. Oh, there he is. Hadn't been updated in, I think, a couple of weeks, and it had been telling me to update, and I would just always be in the middle of something, so I'd tell it to check back later. And so I think that all of that must have been what was causing it. And so I did some tests beforehand, and it seemed to fix it. So I'm hoping frame rate issues are good this time, because, again, it might have been minimal enough to where... Oh, we're getting gold-tinged excrement again! It may have been minimal enough to where most people didn't even notice, but, man, it was pissing me off watching through, because it was enough to where you very much can see it, I felt like. Which really sucks, because up until a few episodes ago, every episode had been really good with... Usually I record it at... with the resolution being 2K and then 60 FPS for the frame rate. And so seeing it not be 60 FPS was really, really sucky. So, anyway, all that to say, I'm glad I watched those episodes back, or I probably would have never known. Because the weird thing is, since it's routing through the capture card, and then... And that's a whole separate thing. Like, it passes through the capture card to get to my TV, but then it passes through separately to get to the recording, to get to my computer. So, one thing can be happening on one screen and not necessarily on the other in terms of how it's passing through and how it's capturing versus what I'm seeing. So on the TV, there were no issues whatsoever. Never noticed a frame rate issue. And it was just the recording that was feeling the issue. So, I guess I just got to keep a closer eye on that, and also keep my software updated. That is a lesson to everyone. These guys are so tiny, I don't even see them, especially when I'm on horseback. Itty-bitty guys. And they hide in the bushes a lot, too. I think these are... I can't remember what they're called. I was about to say they're the militiamen, but I feel like the militiamen are the ones that... I thought those were the ones that are usually like in the caves or in camps, and they set up the bells so that when you walk over them, it alerts all of them. But maybe they're both different forms of militiamen or something. I'm not really 100% sure. But I know that you find some of these little itty-bitty guys in multiple areas throughout the game. And even on the mountaintop of the oh, there's these guys over here. Yeah, even on the mountaintop of the giants, you find them. And there, they hurt a heck of a lot more. And so I think I'm going to make it... I'm kind of thinking about continuing along this section of land until I hit a point where I can't go any further. Because I think literally right over there is where the end of what I can reach right now is at. I think we'll hit it right in that area. So I'll probably make it to there today. And then, like I said, go down and we'll probably go back to Siofra for just a couple of minutes and wrap up the stuff that I believe I missed. And it's probably nothing major. It's probably stuff that I could basically just say screw it to, and it wouldn't affect anything. But we gotta go 100%. Gotta go 100%, which is why I'm going. Oh, they like to run, which is why I'm checking everything as usual today. Checking all the bushes, leaving no stone unturned. So these guys, it looks like I can kill in 3 hits. They give you 104. I'm curious about this bigger guy though, because I think this guy, yeah, he does those types of attacks. But then let's see what kind of damage he can take. Ooh, okay. He doesn't seem to hurt all that much. I mean, that time he only hurt Torrent, but I'm curious how much damage that does when that connects. Ooh, okay, that does a good chunk. So I need to be cautious about that. And you know what? I'm gonna actually hop off and try a couple of these attacks. And that's basically that can only hit you if you're right up on him, it seems like. It's not really... Ooh, Firemonk Hood and Fire Blossom. Oh, so that makes sense. So because of the fact that those small militia guys are around here, these fire monks are also here, and you mostly find the fire monks up on the mountaintop of the giants, I believe. I think that, yeah, because you've got the since the fire monks and the giants were responsible for tending to I don't know exactly what the lore is, but tending to flame somehow or something like that. So it makes sense that we'd find all these guys kind of right together here. I like that. I like that touch. That you find the little small guys here along with fire monks. That's pretty cool. And like I said, I don't remember exactly how the lore works with that, with the fire monks. Again, I know that they somehow wield like the element of fire, and the giants were responsible for tending to the forge that's up on the mountaintops. But I don't really know how the fire monks exactly play into that, or how the little itty-bitty militia guys play into that either. But I know it's all related. And then, yeah, so this right here is where we kind of hit the wall of this section. So this takes me... Oh, yeah, that takes me pretty far. So we're all the way over here. This hits the wall. This upper portion I can't get to until... Like, everything above here I can't get to until much, much later, I believe. Oh, actually, though, it might not be much, much later. It might be... I might be able to at least get up there by going through the three belfries, or one of the three belfries, from what I remember. But I don't think that there's necessarily a lot that I can actually do up there right away. I can just access it from the belfries. I don't think that there's anything... Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything up here. So let me move my way back down. I'm going to check everything... Crap, I can't get out of here. I'm going to check everything underneath here, kind of in where all this is secluded. And then we'll go and take on that little camp where some of the other fire guys are at. I mean, you're not even using your wings. You should use your wings more often. These guys are pretty weak. I can do a good chunk of their health bar in one hit. So... that's kind of nice to know. Which I realized last episode, but for some reason I'm noticing it more right now. More readily noticing it. And I'm hoping... I don't know where the next tunnel is, but I would like to get to the next tunnel soon, because I'm still needing more of the smithing stone 3s. Since I've got so many 4s, but I can't even utilize them right now until I've got enough 3s to get past where I'm at with the katana. So I'm hoping that we'll find the next tunnel soon. I'm sure that I'll find some other smithing stones just throughout the landscape and all that. But a tunnel is definitely where I'm going to find a good chunk of them within this area for sure. And then, man, this like wraps around into these little back portions a lot. But I think I'm almost back down to the water. Yeah, there's just a little bit of land left here. So I'm going to work all the way down in the water, and then we'll turn around and go back to the camp. There's so much excrement around here, though. What is with all the pooping going on? It's a lot of crapping happening. Oh, are these... No. See, the way that the light reflects off of those, some of those, I always feel like they look like glowing skulls, and then I'm disappointed. So all that back there is good. Still an item here. Let me check along. I'm going to check on basically everything on the other side of this horizontal rock that we got going on here. What's up, buddy? He's being much more quiet right now than he was during yesterday's episode. I think I cut like 4 or 5 times yesterday because of all of his barking. He was just hearing everything outside, and it was pissing him off. And I have a feeling it's probably going to happen again at some point during this episode. Wait, I want my torch out. Some of this is hard to see as we get down into the fog here. But yeah, I have a feeling he's going to bark at some point and get all pissed. I hear him getting frustrated behind me right now. Look at that. As soon as I said that, he started barking. Sometimes he'll have a toy on the ground, and even though it's an inanimate object, he will just start barking his head off at it like it's trying to get away from him or something. I'd love to know what's going on in that itty-bitty head of his sometimes. Okay, so this pretty much hits the edge of the land, and this gets into... I think that... Is this poison, or... It's not rot. I don't really know exactly what it is. I'm not going to go in there yet, though. But this takes me just outside of where I can currently see on the map. And then I'm pretty sure somewhere back in here, like maybe, well, actually, I feel like it might be like literally like right here. I think the next map fragment is found. So later on, not today, but in a later episode, we'll head over there, I guess. Did he? Oh no, I just stepped on something. Thought he heard me. What time of day is it? Oh, it is nighttime. It seemed like the night cycle, I was getting confused because it felt like the night cycle was kind of working oddly for a little bit there. It was like it kind of became daytime, I thought. Maybe it was just the position of the sun in the sky, the way it moved. I thought it was becoming day, but then it actually became night. I don't know. I know that once we get down into the water, that definitely affects the lighting, so maybe that's all that was confusing me. Alright, so all of this stuff is done. All of this land is complete. So let's move into the camp, I guess. And I think, wait, actually, I didn't check a couple of these areas over here, I don't think. Yeah, look, there's still Roa chilling out. Can't have that. Can't have that happening. And then, yeah, all that's clear. And then down, all this section of water down here, obviously, though, I've not even come close to touching yet. So I'll have to do that. And then I think some of this land here, how far does this land go? Yeah, there's kind of like a section of land that runs all along the edge of the water that I'll probably, as I go through the water, I'll probably check all that out. And just kind of consider that part of the water section. Oh, and there's a Stake of America here. So there must be a decent amount of enemies inside here. Alright, so let's go make this happen. Let's see. Oh yeah, there are. There's some guys hanging out here. How did this one see me and not him? That's a bit odd. Oh, and I realized after yesterday's episode that I had wanted to level up my intelligence so that I can use the I think it's what, the Great Glintstone, or yeah, is that what it is? The Great Glintstone Pebble or Great Glintstone Shard or something. And then I totally forgot to level up my intelligence. So I'm almost at the levels I need. I popped a whole bunch of oh my goodness, a whole bunch of runes yesterday. So hopefully I can level that up and then memorize that spell today, because I want to give it a shot since I've still been using the Glintstone Pebble. So I just need one level to be able to use the upgrade, which will be sweet. Because it's got to do a decent amount more damage than the Pebble, I would think, but I don't really know since I don't think I've ever used it. Ooh, Fire Monk's Prayer Book. Did I kill everything in here? Is that it? I think it is. Fire Spur Me. It's a gesture. Smoldering Butterfly. Ooh, there's something hanging out in the corner here. Dappled Cured Meat. So let me look at this prayer book and see what this does for me. What I learned from that. O Flame and Surge O Flame. Cool. I don't know what those are, but that'll be fun to give those to. I always forget his name. Is it Corin? Maybe? Whatever his name is, it'll be cool to give that prayer book to him. And hear him give his whole little spiel about how it's a work of heresy and then still teach me the incantations anyway. But yeah, I don't know what those two incantations are, actually. It's interesting that this fire does not damage you. Alright, so this little area is done. So we've got everything inside the camp. Alright, and then actually what I could do real fast, let me see. So that means everything here is done. All of this upper portion is done all the way over to where I hit the edge. And then maybe what I can do is I actually am right now gonna go through and thoroughly check all of this just like strip of land that's against the water, because I might as well check all that out now and just kind of work my way back towards where the grace is. And then probably what we'll do is we'll go back to Cyopha real fast, and I'll check out that stuff I was mentioning that I forgot. And then we can come back here and keep working through. And in Liurnia, it's definitely going to be a process getting through here, since we're going so thorough. Because it was, I'll have to look back and see how many episodes it ultimately took for like all of Limgrave, and then to go through the Weeping Peninsula. Oh, there's a cave here? I didn't know there was a cave here. Lakeside Crystal Cave. Should I do this now? Maybe I should. I had no idea there was a cave here. I love so much going back through this game because of how much stuff I've forgotten. Does he already? Oh no, he doesn't know about me. Okay. And I think this might be the cave that leads me out the other side to this land over here. Seem to remember a cave like that. And what do we got here? Arteria Leaf ×1. It's kind of crazy sometimes when there's a whole chest for something like that you just find out in the world when it's just chilling out there, and then you got a fancy chest for it. All right, yeah. So let's go ahead and go through here now, I guess, because I'm here, so I might as well. And then we can pop back out and check that strip of land, and then maybe go and look at the stuff that I missed in Cyopha. I keep changing my mind. Ooh, is that why does he look, is he different? Why does he look different? I wonder if he's stronger. Cause that guy's, what is he? I don't exactly know what he is, but he's much smaller. I wonder, will this get me enough to level? Because I don't really want to go all the way through here and fight the boss. It will. Cool. I don't want to go through the whole area and fight the boss with all of these runes on me. So let's do, I think it was intelligence I needed to do. And now, let me memorize this spell. So we can switch out the Glintstone Pebble for the Great Glintstone Shard. So this one costs 7 FP, that costs 12. And then actually, so that costs 11, that costs 9, that costs 32. Okay, so I guess let's give this a shot. See how much damage this does. This will be the perfect time to test it. That's not what I meant to do. Oh, very nice. What about this guy right here? Oh, man. Okay, so I guess, I mean, I didn't really compare it exactly to the damage that the other one did, but I know in general the other one didn't, like the pebble didn't do all that much damage. So yeah, and the fact that it takes me 2 hits even with the katana to kill them, but that one sorcery kills them in 1 is pretty nice. And even still, that guy that was just on the ground, he wasn't even aware of me, and it took 2. And usually when they're not locked on you, it takes less hits. So that's very interesting. So I like that. But that did take, looking at my FP right now, that did take a good chunk of it. So it's definitely not really cheap. So I probably need to continue upgrading my FP in any way that I can. There's a few of you hanging out here, huh? Oh, I didn't mean to do, that's not what I was trying to do. I'm trying to pull this back out. Dang it. Don't you move. Frick. They keep moving too much. I'm just wasting all my FP. Guess I'm gonna, oh no. Oh no. Alright. Well, that went well. It's a good thing, though, that I went ahead and just leveled. I know that my runes are going to drop up there, but it was smart to just go ahead and level. Alright, and I'm going to, let's kill this guy before he even gets a chance to wander. He didn't wander last time, so that's kind of interesting. Don't you do it. Oh, and that guy I can kill with 1 hit with the katana, so that's nice. Cast this again. Alright, so I just need to be more careful this time, I guess, and maybe do some ranged attacks on some of these guys rather than getting up close and personal and risking it. Okay, so let's see. Well, yeah, it looks like all 3 of them are going to come down this time again. All right, frick. That's so annoying that as they're jumping down, it doesn't track them very well. It's just in the last time I kind of got overwhelmed and then ultimately just walked off the edge like an idiot. Hey, suck on this. Boom. Yeah, that is much bigger. Even just the way that the animation looks, you can tell how much bigger it is, and it even kind of explodes when it hits them compared to the pebble. So I will not be going back. I mean, I guess the nice thing about the pebble though is it costs less, and it does do like just enough damage to where it's like, all right, it's not really costing much, does a little bit of damage. It's enough to alert the enemy so you can kind of pull them out from, what is this here? You can kind of pull them out from a group of enemies so you don't have to deal with everything at once. So I guess it's definitely got benefits. There's a big boy here. Oh, and I can kill him in one with that attack. That's sweet. And then that little drop down over there, I might have to come back for that, I'm guessing. And is this where is that a whole section where I just was, right? This is where those guys were. Yeah, okay. That's where I just grabbed items. But yeah, I might have to come back for this drop down over here if it doesn't actually lead to anything where I can get back up. Because... oh, okay, so maybe I need to go this way first. Maybe this very well might just be a dead end right here. Unless it all leads to the same place. I'm not really sure. So let's check it out. No reason to do speculating. If we can just go look at it. So this... oh yeah, so this is probably just a room that doesn't lead to anything. I'm going to try to draw him out. And I'm going to drink this real fast. And that actually, this does pretty good damage to him when he's not jumping out of the way. Will he come up here? Can he come up here so that I can fight you here? Nice. Made quick work of that. Cheesed it a little bit, but that's okay. You do what you got to do, right? Yeah, it's good that I didn't just jump down in here since there's other guys hanging out. You jumped the wrong way, sir. And you got hit with my backswing. So, sucks to be you. This is a cool cave, though. I like the design of this cave. It's interesting. And it's cool that it's that whole drop-down area. Because I think we fight some sort of crystal thing down here. Because I saw all the crystals growing out of the walls. And I seem to remember that there's some sort of crystal boss. But I can't remember the design of it at all. There is part of me that thinks it might be a tricky one, though, unless I'm remembering wrong. So I guess we'll see when we get there. And that was the spear talisman. A talisman depicting, so it enhances the counterattacks that are unique to thrusting weapons. Okay. Cool. We'll probably not be using that. And I'm going to throw Marika's Scar Seal back on. I forgot to do that so that I've got some more FP. Because that would be very useful with all the FP I seem to be using right now. Still got 2 flasks of FP left, though, so that's good. And I haven't really utilized any healing yet, so that's good for when I get down to the boss. I have a feeling, though, because this is a little bit of a bigger cave, it seems, I have a feeling there will probably be a Stake of Marika down there. And I also think that I vaguely remember the design of this cave. And I think I remember that there's a stake down there. Ooh, ooh. Oh, but was there something... crap, I totally missed that drop right there. Because my tootsies got stuck. So I wonder if there was something up there that I missed. I guess we could always come back afterwards just to double check. It didn't look like there was anything from the quick glance that I got at it. Hey, can you stop digging, please? Stop digging the couch. Last night... where am I supposed to drop now? Oh, okay, this side. Last night, as I was eating dinner, I was giving him just little pieces of what I was eating. I always feel bad. I try to not give him pieces of food that I'm eating, because I know most of the time the food I'm eating is not good for him. and I don't want him getting any sort of weird diseases from eating too much fatty foods and stuff like that. But his little puppy dog eyes just always make me feel bad. So a lot of times I inevitably give him a couple pieces of whatever I'm eating. So last night, every piece that I gave him, I was sitting in my bed as I was eating. I'd give him a little piece, he'd eat it, and then he would just claw the crap out of the bed wherever the piece had been sitting. So that's my story about that. Sometimes I start a story and then I go, why am I even talking about this? These guys also, the way that they spew those crystals, that's no joke if you get caught in the middle of that. It hurts. So I need to be careful. Oh, and actually, maybe I'm thinking wrong. Maybe I'm remembering something else. I'm thinking that maybe in this area, the boss might actually be ridiculously easy rather than kind of difficult like I was thinking it might be. It might actually be one of the bosses that's like stupid simple. But I don't, like I said, I don't know. I'm having a hard time remembering most of the stuff that goes on in this cave. So Crystal Cave, and then actually, let me just for good measure, so I don't have to drop to anything else. I think, yeah, there's no drop downs here. So everything else I access down there at the bottom, I've got to actually go through here to get to, I believe. And then, yeah, I think I'll probably, after I kill the boss, I'll kind of reload the area. And I would like to then check that drop down, even though I think it's just a tiny spot. I'd like to check it just to be sure that there was nothing that I missed. I'm just gonna swipe my blade through all of these guys. I definitely feel over leveled, because I seem to remember those being harder to kill all of them at once the last time I came through here. And I'm just going through these enemies like butter with this blade, baby. They are butter, and my katana is the butter knife. Or better yet, my katana is like a katana cutting through butter. Because the katana would cut through butter better than a butter knife, right? I would imagine. Alright, so I think this is the best spot to drop. Ooh, that's kind of scary. I swear the fall damage works differently in certain places, because that, in some spots, I feel like would have been damage. But there was nothing. No damage was taken for that fall. So it's kind of weird how that works. Smithing Stone 4, Smithing Stone 2, Lump of Flesh. Where are my Smithing Stone 3s? Like, come on. I need 3s really, really badly. Because the 4s are just essentially useless to me right now until I get some 3s. So I don't know what's happening and why there's 4s in so many places. Because now we're where I'm supposed to be, level-wise. And so... Wait, I'm going to kill all these before I really explore this, because I don't want them... Frick. I want them doing stuff like that while I'm walking around. I don't think I knew that they had projectiles. I knew that they had that whole, like, stream of crystals. But yeah, I feel like because I'm where I should be, I feel like I should be getting some 3s. Like, theoretically, this area should be that spot. Man, rigor mortis really set in on that guy. That sucks. And so, hopefully, something soon is going to pop out some 3s for me. I gotta cast this again. I think I've still got 2 flasks, though, so I should still be good. And is there nothing else in here, really? Like, this is a big area. It feels like I should be finding some other stuff. I guess not. Alright, so... As soon as I... Oh, no, Oh, it's a Bloodhound Knight. How much damage do I do? Ooh, pretty good, pretty good. Okay, and I've fought one of these before, so this should be fine. I'm gonna take that. Alright, let's do this, buddy. Will this stagger him? It will not. It does good damage to him, though. And I didn't actually see a Stake of America, I don't think, unless I just wasn't paying attention, so I'm... Ooh, that's a long charge up for that. So I'm curious if there is a stake, or if I'm literally gonna have to walk back if I die. And I just realized this is the place where you can dump out the other side of the cave. That's why there's a fog gate on both sides of this room. Okay, I'm gonna heal real fast. I didn't heal. Crap. I didn't heal. Please heal. Oh, he missed me. Oh, that's the long charge. Crap, I keep messing up that timing on that. Dang it, I messed up the timing on that too. He's gonna... Dang it. Crap. Alright, I'm gonna stick poison on my blade this time. I think that would be helpful against him, assuming he can be poisoned. But I'm not 100% that he can be. Crap, yeah, I've got to run back through the whole thing. Alright, so what is... Let's do this. Let me put my lantern back on. I should be able to pretty much run past everything. Let me do this drop. So this was the first spot that I would have dropped. Yeah, so there's nothing even here on this first drop. So that question has been answered. And then let me see, what is... If I drop here, this leads over to this room with these guys. And I'm trying to not take... It'd be great if I didn't take any damage on the way. Cast this again, because it's a bit hard to see. But now that I know what I'm about to go face, this will definitely be a little bit easier. But it's really weird that there's no stake near the boss room. Because I feel like most of the time when you've got to go this far, there's usually a stake near it. Alright, so let me see here. Let me take this off. I'm gonna throw poison on here. And then what else could possibly be useful against him? Maybe I'll use an Exalted Flesh. I think that could be helpful. And then I've still got these arrows on there. I don't need that. And then I think I'm also going to take this off. And maybe I'll put on this. I always kind of like having better stamina recovery while I'm in the middle of a boss fight. That's why I like to switch to that. Alright, so let me just hop down here, run past all this stuff. I wanted to get all that set up before I ran over here because I knew that they were going to start shooting stuff at me. Let me take this. I would like to not get hit, please. Put this on. I'm probably going to get hit, though. Crap. Oh, and it took my bubble away. That sucks before I even go in. Okay. Crap, it didn't come in here with me, did it? Oh, no, it didn't. Okay. Good. Alright, Bloodhound Knight. Let's do this. Crap. Okay, I can do this. I can do this. You're not so bad. I just need to be patient. Need to be careful. Charles is going to start flipping out. I can't have that while I'm boss fighting. Like I talked about yesterday, I have such a hard time focusing when he starts flipping out in the background. Okay, alright, alright. He doesn't appear to be getting poisoned, so... Dang it. Is he poisoned now? No, he's still... Yeah, I don't think... He must not be able to... He must not be susceptible to poison. Okay, that did pretty good damage to him, but also did good damage to me. Okay, heal. I'm low. Get out of there. Crap. Okay, I'm still alright. Okay. Nice. Okay, alright. I think we got him. I think we got him. But what is that noise that I'm hearing? I'm hearing a weird noise. Can't tell what it is, though. Oh, got him again. Nice. Oh, crap. Ooh, that was close. Decided to tank that. May have not been the best idea. Alright, he's one hit. Gotcha. Alright, sweet. Ooh, Charles, thank you for being quiet and not flipping out at the wind. Cerulean Amber Medallion. So what does that do? Sure, something related to FP, but... Oh, raises maximum FP. Okay, sweet. I think that, yeah, that noise that I was hearing must have been these guys sitting right outside the door. I'm going to actually kill them just for the purpose of runes. I just want to grab the runes from them real fast. Oh, they only get 42. Actually, I don't think I care about that. For some reason, I was thinking that they gave more. Alright, let me just quickly... I doubt there's anything in this boss room. Just quickly look around the edges. Yeah, it doesn't look like there is. Alright, so then that over there, of course, is the direction that we came from. And then this is what leads out behind, which is cool. I think there's only a couple of caves, or maybe this is the only one that I know of that actually lead you to another area and aren't just a dead end. So this is such a cool little spot here. Alright. Slumbering Wolf's Shack. So grab this Grace, go ahead and rest, and then we'll go to talk to the lady and her Slumbering Wolf real fast. And then also let me grab this item quickly. What you got? Ooh, a rune arc. Very nice, very nice. Finally starting to collect those a little more frequently.
Foul tarnished. What do you want? I told the all-hearing brute that I possess no such medallion. Or have you come to take more from me? Was my other half not enough? I told the all-hearing brute already that I possess no such medallion. Or have you come? Was my other half?
Okay, is that all she has to say right now? I think so, and I'm gonna have to look into her quest line because I don't think I know anything about her quest line. I don't know that I've ever followed it in any way, so I'm gonna have to check that out, read a little bit about it to avoid missing stuff related to that. Because yeah, I'm not sure exactly what happens with her past here. I don't know that I've ever seen her anywhere else, unless I know I came back to her a couple of times in my first playthrough, but I can't remember. Now that I think about it, maybe her dialogue did progress last time I played through, and I'm just not remembering necessarily what happened. So we'll see. But at least we found her. At least that quest line has been progressed. It's kind of cute though, the way, like this big wolf. He I would imagine he's not so cute when he's up moving around attacking things. But maybe he's a sweet wolf. Maybe he's like Blyde. Maybe he doesn't actually eat human flesh. And yeah, there's not much around here, I don't think. I just wanted to kind of check these edges and see if there was anything I could collect. But I think it's just this Trina's Lily. So that should be it. Yeah, I think that's all. Alright, so let's do this. I'm going to go Lieutenant the Albinaric. Okay. I do remember her a little bit. I remember the name. So I'm going to come back here, and then what I'm going to do is let's go back out to the mouth of the cave. Where are we at? We're at like maybe a little less than 45 minutes. I don't know, somewhere around there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to go along this edge of land. This land that's right on the edge of the lake. We'll wrap this up, make it all the way back to where the Grace was, and then to actually wrap the episode, I will go back to Siofra and finish those little things I was talking about that I never did. And I'm thinking that we can wrap the episode with that because it shouldn't take long at all. I should be able to kind of sprint through and do what I needed to do. And this is pretty hidden. Like, I had no idea that this was back here. I didn't remember that at all. And I feel like that would be a pretty easy cave to just overlook because you're walking through or just sprinting through and you're not really paying attention. So being super thorough wins out once again. As I've been saying over and over again all through this playthrough, you find a lot more stuff if you're super anal about checking everything. Might be a little more boring at times, but you find more content, you find more cool stuff. Man, and this is a long... I actually am realizing now this is a long section of land along the edge here, because we're still a ways away from where that Grace was. And I don't know that besides that cave, there might not really be much else along here. Well, I guess there's some items. There's some tarnished golden sunflowers and things of the like. And I know that at one point when we were up above, I saw one of those guys sitting on one of these like half vertical, half horizontal pieces of rock, but I think it was one of these next ones coming up here. So maybe we'll see some action pretty soon. Oh yeah, and there's some stuff underneath. I forgot about that. There's some stuff underneath a couple of these rocks too that we can check out. And I know later, like further down on the edge, like I think way down that way, there's a couple spots. Oh yeah, they've got these bell things. I forgot about this. There's a couple spots that, like back behind crystals, you can get to a couple of areas that are kind of hidden off the beaten path and off away from the lake. Where did that one... Was that one that he fired before I killed him? I don't know where that came from. May have been. And this is technically not part of land, but since this almost kind of links up with the land, let's just go through this real fast to get back to the Grace. Like I always say, I try to... The more methodically we can go through all this, the less chance there's of missing, like, anything whatsoever. Oh, maybe that's the one that... That's probably the one that shot that a second ago. And I couldn't figure out where it came from. And I'm going to... Let's do this. I'm going to pull this out, because I think fire does a decent amount to them, right? Oh, no, that's right. It doesn't. It doesn't do much to them at all. Let's actually... I'm just going to come back to this when we go through all of the lake portion, because this should be the last little piece of land over on this side that I need to check out. And then we'll be back to the Grace. And then Siofra, here we come. Yeah, and I think in Siofra... oh yeah, and then here's the horseback guys. Those are one of the guys that you see on the loading screens. And we've seen it over and over again, but we're just now getting to where I can actually fight those. And they're essentially the same thing as those weird creatures I've been fighting on the ground. They're just on horseback. But yeah, I think that the thing that's going to take the longest in Siofra is going to that upper portion where I fought the Dragonskin soldier, because that was the main actual section that I somehow skipped over. The other thing was just the item by the waterfall. So, alright, so that covers all of that. So all the land along here should be good. And I kind of ran this little path yesterday. Alright, so let's go over to Siofra. I think this is where I should start, because this is right near where that waterfall's at that I need to grab quickly. And oh yeah, that's right. I can actually hop on Torrent here. I was thinking it was going to take a lot longer if I couldn't. And I think the fastest way to do this is just to run through the middle of all this. And all these guys are so slow, it won't even be a problem. Super easy. The bubble guys could be potentially a little bit of a problem, but even their bubbles are kind of slow. So I think it was, yeah, right here. Right here I missed an item. It kind of blends in. Okay, it's soap. Great. Glad I came over for that. And then the next thing is, probably the easiest way to get to it is to go to Worshipper's Woods, I think. I think that's probably the easiest way to get to it, because what I want to do is I want to head over to where this transport gate is. That will then send me over to where the boss was at. I think the transport gate is right up there, because that's the section where the boss is at. That's the section that I accidentally skipped over and didn't actually even... Oh no, that's not the transport gate. Oh, it's up here. That's right. Yeah, so that section with the boss is where I totally skipped over. All right, let's check this out. See what's going on over in this boss location. Because I seem to remember that there's something tucked away near, yeah, like some of this stuff back here. Because all I really explored was actually pretty much none of this. I don't think I really looked at any of this. So let's do a little sprint around here and check some of this out. See what all there is that I missed. And I don't think there's any drop downs from here. And I think part of the reason that I wasn't paying attention and didn't explore any of this is that I ended up doing the drop down away from here, over towards like where the waterfall is at, over in that direction. Yeah, like where the bottom part of Nokron is. And I was saying, oh yeah, we'll just work our way from the back towards the front. And I think I was thinking at the time of recording it that that there was access to this from maybe down below where you got to it other than just through the transport gate. And I was mistaken and just never came back. So we're here now. We're gonna see what we got. I had totally thought it would have been nice if I wouldn't have forgotten, because I would have been able to clear all of this maybe 2 episodes ago. I still had time in that episode, and I ended up going and just kind of looking at the beginning of Liurnia, so I could have finished it that episode if I wouldn't have been so careless. And then this, I don't think there's any sort of drop at this waterfall, so I'm not gonna risk that whatsoever. And I need to put my starlight back out again. Some of this stuff here is a little bit dark. Alright, and I think everything up there should be good. And then I think probably along, yeah, all that I checked. I feel like there's part of me that feels like there was an NPC up here, or another merchant, but I don't know if I'm completely remembering wrong, because I know there's that merchant. Yeah, there's that merchant down beneath here, so maybe I can access him from up here too or something, and maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I don't know. I guess we will see as we explore, as we do the explorations of Siofra. Yeah, this is a whole section that I totally skipped over. And I actually, what I've been doing throughout this entire series is sometimes I get a couple episodes behind in terms of this, but I actually, after each episode, will watch through the entirety of it, and it kind of helps me figure out what stuff I overlooked, what stuff I should have checked that I didn't, which is why a lot of times I'll start an episode and go, okay, so like we missed something the other day, and it's simply because of the fact that I watched back through it. And it helps me also kind of get a better idea of how I can progress through the game more quickly and in a way that we're being thorough, but I'm also not just boring everybody. So yeah, that's why I kind of watch back through. And like I said, sometimes I'll get a couple days behind, and then just when I have time, like while I'm eating or something, I'll just sit and watch back through the episodes. Because the thing is, sometimes it's weird watching back through your own video, because you're like, all right, I literally already saw all of this. I was there for it. But I always recommend for people, whether you're... And I recommend this because it's been recommended to me for things in the past. I always say that if you're doing whatever you're doing, whether you're making YouTube videos, or if you're a musician, or if you're delivering presentations and you're on stage in front of people, whatever it may be, as long as you've got some form of recording of it, and obviously you would if you're a musician in some way, like you might have a recording of a live performance, or if you're a presenter, you might have a recording of your presentation. And I always think that it's best with anything to go back and listen to yourself, because it lets you assess what you're doing well, what you're not doing well, what you're doing that maybe in the moment you don't realize is actually just really annoying to the audience. See, I always do that when I have the staff out. I always press the wrong button. What might be really annoying to the audience, and then maybe ways that you can improve. So that's why, part of the reason why I watch back these videos. And trust me, there are plenty of times when I watch through and I go, like, what was I talking about? Why did I talk about that? Or why did I think that was useful information to share? Or, wow, this episode I was really boring. Or a lot of times, been multiple times I've watched through an episode and gone, wow, I said a lot in that episode. And that's one of the reasons why I think it's super helpful to watch, because if I wouldn't have watched through those few episodes where I said, or I shouldn't even say few episodes, there's been a lot of times where I just wasn't paying attention and was just saying every other word. If I wouldn't have watched back through, I would have never realized, and I could never improve that. Woo! Man, and this is a whole other section. And we're getting close to the end of this episode, so I might end up having to wrap this up tomorrow. And I'm dodging very poorly here. Whew. I'm surprised that didn't hit me. Don't you grab me with that. Grabby face. I was hoping that this wasn't going to take long, that I could just do this real fast, but I think that there's like most areas, there's a bit more than I remembered off the bat. You are dead, sir. Whoa, those give you 329? I know I fought a lot of these a couple episodes ago, but I didn't think they gave you that many. Wait, can you get backstabs on them, actually? Ooh, you can. That could be a good way to deal with these faster. Since they're slow, it seems like... Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that could definitely... I don't know why I didn't really try that when we were fighting them the other day. I feel like that's actually pretty helpful. Then you take a huge chunk of their health all at once, rather than just chipping away like I've always been doing. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna check behind that in just a second, back where all those guys are. I kind of want to check all the way up though to the edge. So this whole boss area we'll come back and check in a second. I was gonna say I want to check all the way to the edge of this boss area, and oh, actually, I already have all of my flasks, so I don't even need to kill that right now. Then this is technically also part of the boss area, so we'll come back over to that in a couple of minutes, too. So let's go check behind this, and then we got to check inside that room also and see if there's any items in there or anything. Man, there are so many. There are so many of these guys hanging out around here, and I know I could probably just run past everything. But again, for the sake of thoroughness, I like to just kill everything. Plus, I like collecting the runes. I like having the runes for the purpose of leveling. But with how many there are here, I might say screw it to that. But I do always wonder. There's always that thought in the back of my head, like, what if one of these drops an item and I don't realize it, and then I miss out on the item or something. Man, there are a whole lot. Yeah, because see, you get 329 for each of those, so if I kill all of these, that's a decent amount of runes. But there's gotta be... Ooh, actually, I should heal real fast. There's gotta be, like, 15 of them just right here. Holy crap. It's because they're so friggin' slow. They need a whole army to be able to do anything. And actually, on Torrent, they're actually even easier to fight, since you can just kind of keep walking around them, as long as you move to the side as they go to do like a thrusting attack or something. Look at all of them. Look at all of these blobs. These just big tar blobs. Oh, shoot. I need to be careful, though, because if like 4 or 5 of them swing at once, I could definitely be knocked off of Torrent real quickly. Just going through it. They're like, once again, they're like butter underneath my katana. Ooh, that was close though. And some of these attacks, even when I'm on Torrent, can hit me pretty well. So, I mean, look at this. This is ridiculous. This is so ridiculous. Oh, he got me. I'm gonna heal real fast. It's so nice that my flasks, I've talked about this before, but it's so nice that my flasks are pretty well upgraded, because even with the amount of HP I have now, if I use one flask, I get almost all of my health back, which is super, super nice. I'm gonna get that guy. He's dead. There's gonna be so many tar blobs on the ground when I'm done here. And I don't even think this is all of them, actually. I think I saw a couple more off to the side. Yeah, like, okay, so from all of that, I'm pretty sure I just got 4,000 or 5,000 runes out of all of that. That's pretty crazy. So that's actually, even though it's a little bit annoying, that's pretty useful. Yeah, see, there is still a guy hanging out over here. He didn't get the memo. Just so you know, my friend, all of your tar pals have been killed at this point. And you're the last to go. Okay, so then what do we got up here? Look at all those. Look at all the blobs. Poor fellas. Ooh, and another golden rune 7. Very nice, very nice. So I think I'm going to have to wrap all of this up tomorrow, because we've still got a little bit more stuff to go here, and we're pretty much at the max of where I like these episodes to be. Can I not walk through? Oh, I can. Okay. Yeah, we're pretty much at the max of where I like these episodes to be, so I think right here in the corner is a good stopping place. So that's going to be it. Tomorrow we will wrap this up, and then we will head back to Liurnia. So thank you so much for checking out this episode. If you enjoyed it, a like, comment, and subscription would be highly appreciated, especially the likes. That helps these videos astronomically. So thank you so much for checking out this episode, and I will talk to you tomorrow.